Dear colleagues, welcome to this final research performance of EPARM 2026. Gisle Nataas is an architect and a sound artist, and this performance will unite both of those professional interests. I'm going to leave them to tell you more.
Thank you for the introduction, and thank you also for being included in this fantastic program in EPARM 2026. It's really an honor to be here. And I should first now start with an introduction to my project, Architecture as Instrument, and then I shall go further to play a piece. So first I start to introduce my project. As you said, I am an architect and sound artist based here in Oslo, and partly also in Barcelona. And I working with the intersection between architecture and sound and performance. So in my project, the building I work with is not settings for sound or sources for sound. So architecture as instrument is working with how can architecture be played, and how can you listen to architecture, and also can I act in the intersection between sound and architecture as a co-performer. So in my praxis, I work directly on the building and on the sources. So I use different kinds of microphone to take out the sounds from architecture. So this is a picture with my geophones, and I also use normal contact microphone, normal microphone to have the environment sound, and I take sounds from materials, from spaces, from architecture, and use them further. So the sound in my work is not added; it's extracted directly from architecture. So when I work and decide what kind of project I want to work with, then I record the materials. Here is a photo from a cemetery in Igualada in Barcelona, where I take the sound of concrete, and also the sound of the spatial acoustic in the buildings when people use it. And after collecting materials and work with them and make composition, I also reintroduce them in the building again. So I work directly on buildings. This is actually the neighbor building here, the Chateauneuf. I think some of you was having a dinner there yesterday. So this is in the main library. That is a beautiful building. I was invited there in this September to have a sound performance there. This is something I did in Chemnitz in Germany this July. It was the culture year in Chemnitz, and I was invited to do a piece of sound of an old power plant in Chemnitz. So when I decided to make a composition out of a building, I don't start with the composition. Then I use a long time to just listen to the building, to go around there, to use it, and to listen to it. So I know what kind of environment or sounds it's belonging to that building. So as I see also when I work with it, it's really nice to experience this transition between outside and inside, open and closed, and also light and dark. It's this transition in the different buildings. So after listening to the construction and building, I test it, and then I test the different materials. Here is my geophone on a glass surface in a museum in Hamar, made by Salafin, and also joints that combine materials, connections, and also the main construction. And often the building is resist what I'm doing, so it's not so always so easy to find a way to collaborate with the building. But I see this resist is also a good and important part of my project, so I always have to work with the building to find the right way to use it. And also I use many different kinds of microphone to extract these sounds. So here you see still the geophone. This is actually from the wall that I was having the sound performance yesterday night. That was a kind of on-site directly test of that sculpture behind the wall there. And this is my aquaphone that you also can see there. I shall use it later from the same project, and also the stones you see there. It's from the Mies van der Rohe pavilion that I shall work with after. So what I have also seen when I'm working, all this material is never isolated in the building. It's always connected to construction and to use and everything. So all the sound that the building is surrounded around and also constructed to is always going through all this material, the water, the stones, the steel, and every building gets its own kind of sound. So yesterday when I was working with this steel sculpture that we have in the foyer, it was fantastic to hear that I put my geophone there and I listened to it in my headphone, and all the talking that the student did in the foyer was going through the voice and to the floor and actually into that sculpture. So when I put this geophone there, it was the life of the building with the student that was actually coming out of my headphones. So as I said, after collecting sounds from one project, I work with it and make a composition, and then I'm going back to the space and reintroduce the space. So that also means the building itself is the body, or resonance body of their own sound when I reintroduce them. And also, this is mostly spaces not for concerts. So also the audience and myself and also the musician I work with have another kind of experience when you're going into an architecture project sit down and close your eyes and then get its own sound back again. Yeah, so this is just picture from Chemnitz. Then I work also with Håkon Tellin, that is a professor on this school in bass. So we also was making an album last year, and so he is playing bass on two of my compositions with the architect Sadafin. So this was also a song performance last year in the American Embassy here in Oslo, made by the Finnish architect Eero Saarinen. And this is the museum by Sadafin. That was my starting point of this work. So I start doing this project with collecting the sound of my composition and took them back again to the building as a sound installation with 8 channels, as you can see here. But after I saw it was nicer to reintroduce the sounds live. So then I started to do this project live. So what I have discovered with this project, working with a lot of projects, different kinds of projects, that all materials in different projects is always carry a hidden information. And it's hidden information that is because of use, activity, memory, and also when I play it back again, I see the audience is getting more aware of the sound that is in the building. So sometimes I have played in a building, and the people that work there have come to me after and said, I knew all the sounds that we were playing. So it's nice that you have a kind of memory about sounds, and when I reintroduce it, it's also unknown information for the people that use that building. So I also work with workshops with this architecture as instrument. And then my goal is to work with people. This is youth, and I am a part of this national program called Den kulturelle skolesekken. That means that I'm going around to schools for youth and work with their school as a kind of instrument. And the goal for me then is that the youth should be aware of their surroundings, aware of their architecture, their school, the home, and the way from school to home. They always are a part of architecture. So it's so important for them to be aware of it and critical about it and see it and listen to it. So my project is to make them a bit more aware of their surroundings, so they can have some wishes that they can ask. For example, if the school should be rebuilt, they can have some wishes, and if some of them gets the wishes in the future architecture and some projects is getting a little bit better, then I think the world can be a better place to live also, if the surrounding is been making a bit better. So, as I said, it's I'm not composing sounds for a space, but I use the sound in the space to make a composition. So this project is also scalable, and I can work with buildings, education, and cities, and installation with it. So this is also a workshop for youth in north of Norway, where they should move from the old school in the city and to a new school. And then I had a workshop in both of the places, so they can be a little bit aware of where they came from and what they should go into, and also to compare them a little bit. Yeah, so I said the project have developed from to represent it like this and continue as some performance. So what I'm going to show you now is this project. This is a project, a commission from Barcelona, and it was in 2025. I had a commission to have the sound performance on the big Mies van der Rohe Award prize ceremony. So this is the Europe biggest prize in architecture, that is every second year. And last time it was delivered, I should have a song performance there, and then I was there for a week before to take out the sounds, and we played it live for the whole audience. So then I was inviting a trumpetist and also a performer. So we also mixed between sound that I have recorded and had in my computer and was playing with live then, and also with a layer of instruments, and also some action that makes sound. So this is just some picture from when I was field recording. This is the Travantin. That is the most important material on that project. So I also always bring also some samples of materials from the site if I should play it outside the site. So this is the Travantin that you can see here. And also the water I couldn't bring, but I have represented there. And also I see now I missed some stones. I have two of these stones that I have to pick up before I play to you. Yeah. So here you can see when we play. So we also had a microphone in the water basin. I used the stones from the water basin. I had the geophone and the contact microphone and the trumpet, and used the whole building as an instrument.